was might. No.
Live from the Quest headquarters, it's the Northwoods Assembly Bible Study with PB&G, where if you miss a little,
Miss a lot.
thanks for joining us, everybody. Welcome to the Bible study.
Yeah.
We are still, believe it or not, in the book of Exodus. It's such a
Believe it or
short
not, we're
book.
only in the 11th chapter.
I know.
We got like 39 to go.
We'll be done by 2027, Easter.
Easily.
Yeah, not a problem. Stick around. So, yeah, we're going to pick up chapter 11 in the book of Exodus. So if you want to grab your Bibles and open them there. Not sure what the food is again for Saturday night, but like I said last week, show up and you'll find out. That's our new thing, right?
Yeah, I think
Come and see.
week after next is Korean beef. I remember seeing that, I think.
Okay, that's
I
possible.
don't remember what.
Oh,
this
one
one's
of the
gonna
week,
be.
either last, is it Bacon My Heart or
The
something?
last one was pizza. This next one is Bacon
Bacon
My Heart
My
because
Heart.
it's going to be Valentine's Day.
Okay, that's right. There, we got it. We got it.
See?
Bacon My
Wow.
Heart. When somebody said, well, it doesn't mean you have to bring bacon, and I'm going to correct that sinful statement.
What?
Bring bacon. Whatever you're making,
It's
put bacon in it.
It's not called Ham My Heart.
That's right.
Hamburger My Heart. It's bacon.
Bacon. And there's not like, oh, well, there'll be too much bacon. Well, that again, that's not even physically impossible. That's scientifically wrong. Of course,
Yeah.
what? Too much bacon? That's silliness. So anyway, I don't know where we're going. We're not. We just follow a Jewish savior, though.
Yes, we do.
All right. So with that, Gary's going to open us with prayer.
I can do that too.
And we will get into some fun stuff. This has been good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go.
All right. God, we're digging deeper tonight and getting into more heavy stuff with the plagues. And God, just as we see your hand, we see what you did. Help us to just glean a little bit and understand that it's hard for us to fathom that you could be God that made us and God that did these things, and yet God that looks at me and is interested. God, but just help us to understand that you are, and that what we do and who we are matters to you, God. And this is your hand, this is your mic that we're going to see tonight, but yet, God, you care about us individually and every one of us. Help us to understand that and seek you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah.
All right. We're 3 minutes and 8 seconds in.
We're flying.
Yeah. Yeah, we're moving. Okay.
All right. Chapter 10. We just
Chapter
got
11
done with the ninth plague, the
Yes.
darkness.
Yes.
That came over, and Pharaoh said, Moses, get away from me. I don't ever want to see you again. Moses like, gladly. I've been asking for that the whole time. Now, chapter 11. Now the Lord said to Moses, one more plague I will bring on Pharaoh and on Egypt. After that, he will let you go from here. When he lets you go, he will surely drive you out from here completely. He's not going to even let you go. He's going to make you go. He's going to be tired of looking at you, which we already see is kind of getting that way from the last chapter. Speak now in the hearing of your people, that each man ask from his neighbor and each woman from her neighbor for articles of silver and articles of gold. The Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Furthermore, the man Moses himself was greatly esteemed in the land of Egypt, both in the sight of Pharaoh's servants and in the sight of people. The people, seems like everybody but Pharaoh.
Yeah, and I love the beginning of this when he says, after that, he will let you go from here. And when he does, he will drive you out completely. It's not like he's going to let you go and then just go back inside and let you leave. You're going to go and he's going to pursue you, drive you out. I mean, it's going to be and it's like God is telling him ahead of time.
And this is even more literal than Moses realizes, because the border of Egypt is the Red Sea.
Yes.
And they're literally going to drive the Israelites into the Red Sea.
Into the sea, yes. Yeah. Yeah. So
this is interesting. Well, one, from your neighbor. Remember, Goshen, they kind of lived in their own land. So this is kind of a loose term when they say go ask your neighbor, because they don't tell them go ask your Israelite neighbor for some gold. Go ask your Egyptian neighbor. So it's not really technically their neighbor probably, but I find it interesting that God doesn't say, well, all the Egyptians are going to come to Goshen and bring their gold and drop it off. He tells the people, you want some gold? Go ask somebody. he puts the onus on them, and whatever blessing they get is going to be commensurate with their obedience.
Yeah.
If you don't go ask anybody, you're not going to have anything.
Well, and yes. So what is happening here is God tells Moses to tell the Hebrews that are there in Egypt to talk to your neighbors, the Egyptian neighbors or whatever, and ask them for silver and gold.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
The Egyptians have witnessed the power of the God of the Hebrews up to this point. It has laid waste to them. They're in darkness and death. And so now when these Hebrews come up and knock on the door, they open the door and it's the Hebrews standing there. They're going to be, whatever you want, take it. You know, they're freaking out. They're like, don't make them mad. Oh my gosh, who knows what's going to happen? They're on edge. They're frightened of the Hebrews at this point.
Yeah.
And so Egypt willingly, this isn't taken from them or pilfered from them. This isn't, bounty or booty from a conquest. This has been given to them freely by the Egyptians, which is fantastically wonderful.
It's just the whole thing is it's bizarre to
It
me
is.
that it's like, okay, now go ask everybody in Egypt for all their valuable stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, it would be like in a movie, they just saw the guy, they just saw Denzel, take out a couple of the bad guys, and then he comes up to you, and you're like, well, no, and he's like, give me your wallet or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, here, take
Yeah.
it. They're like, yep, okay, we saw what you can do, take it. Yeah.
And God does describe it as plunder. He says before, he said, you will plunder the Egyptians. It's like, and that's the spoils of war. God fought the battles.
Yes,
And
they're getting the reward.
The reward.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
Mhm.
Wow. So the battle belongs to the Lord. Again, we sing that too. It's
Mhm.
real, man.
Verse 4, Moses said, thus says the Lord, about midnight, I'm going to go out in the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn of the land of Egypt shall die. From the firstborn of the Pharaoh who sits on his throne, even to the firstborn of the slave girl who's behind the millstones, all the firstborn of the cattle as well. And moreover, there shall be a great cry in all the land of Egypt, such as there has not been before, and such as shall never be again. Stop right there for a minute.
This is curious.
Well, yeah, and God doesn't, before it's been, God sent the wind, and the wind brought locusts. God did this, and then this turned to blood. God said, I will go through the land.
Who said it?
God said, I will go through the land.
So who was, in all the dramatic poetry, that angel of death that comes over Egypt? Who was it?
Well, the angel of death, I'm not
Well,
not 100% sure.
You know what I mean, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but who goes through the land?
God said, I will go through the
I
land.
will go
He
through
said,
the
I
land.
will go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
delegating this. He said, I will go through
Right.
the land. He doesn't say, and he said, I will go through the land, and then all the firstborn shall die. He doesn't specifically say he will do that, but
No.
yeah.
But he's going to be there. His
Yeah.
presence
This
is there.
right.
Yes.
And he's up in the ante yet again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this has been individual curses against Egypt.
Yeah.
As an individual, as a country, as
Yep.
a whole, but individually, this is a generational plague.
Yes.
We're
He's
going to take out your firstborn.
Yeah.
So if Grandpa's alive, but he was the firstborn son, Grandpa might tip over. His firstborn, your dad might tip over if he was the firstborn,
Yeah.
and the grandchild is going to tip over.
Oh, every generation. It's not the firstborn as in, all just the little kids.
Yeah.
This is you could be 80 years old, but you were the firstborn in your family. You're done.
Exactly.
You
what
could
I
be
mean.
26, the firstborn in your family. You're done. You could be 48, firstborn in your family. You could be 5, firstborn in your family. This is everybody. This is all the generations. This is hitting every family, every house,
Yeah.
everybody you know.
There's a few things here. It's hard for us to fathom how God could do this.
Yeah.
God, this is going to be innocent people died here. God, how you could do this, But
Who else had a firstborn that
Well-
died, Gary?
Mhm.
well, actually, if you look at this,
Anybody?
If you go back to the beginning, how long did everybody in Egypt participate in the program of killing every Hebrew boy?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
know,
Before Moses, in the story of Moses, it begins with a cleansing of Hebrew babies.
Yeah. So this isn't necessarily vengeance on God's part, but oftentimes when the bill comes due, it can shadow your debt. This is what they did to Israel.
Yeah. Yes. And now
this
is what's
kind of
going to
coming
happen
back
to
home
you.
to them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just Pharaoh. Everybody in Egypt, you see a Hebrew boy, you throw it in the Nile.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Yes.
And remember that when I was born, I knew as soon as I got old enough to know how this thing worked, I knew someday I was going to die.
Yeah.
God didn't tell me it was going to be 100 years from now. God didn't promise me 100. He didn't promise me 10. When my time comes, my time comes. That's the deal.
Yeah.
So when God comes through Egypt and tells these people, your time has come, it's his prerogative.
Yeah.
He knew when they were born how many days they had. If they were 80, if they were 8, he knew.
Yeah.
And he's not breaking a promise to them
No.
to call it up. You know?
And again, this is mirroring the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation. This is like a foreshadowing of it. But we had talked about a couple weeks back when we started this that these plagues weren't meant to be solely punitive. I don't think they're punitive at all. I think again they're restorative in the fact that God is trying to get their attention to say, look over here, look at me. You need to follow me or bad things happen. You have a choice in every one of these situations. Every one. Some of them were like 2 layered, we talked about that. Some of them had like this and then a little extra underneath. You had multiple opportunities in each one of these to make a choice. So there's the first one, get to make a choice. You make the wrong one, I'll give you a second opportunity to finally figure it out and make a choice. And then if you miss that one, I'll give you another one. He gives them 10 opportunities. God is patient. God is good. God wants you home. He gives you a chance and another chance and another chance and another chance. But just like in reality, there will come a day when you do not get another chance. When Jesus comes, puts his foot on that mount, no more chances. The clock is done. It's over. Show's done. Life or death. Wheat from the chaff. Goats from the sheep. It happens. That's what this is. This is all those opportunities to come to God, follow him. And there will be a day when you don't get to do that anymore. You have decided by not deciding.
Yeah. Right in the very beginning, when God calls Moses, he gives a very thinly veiled hint that this is coming. He tells him this plague is coming, but he does all the other things in the meantime to give everybody those opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah. And God knows what it's like, to lose a son, a firstborn. He gives his firstborn to save us. He gives his firstborn son to save us. That's Yeah, he willingly sacrifices his son for
God
people like
gave
this.
himself.
Yes.
You can't give more than yourself.
No.
I mean, God was the perfect
Right.
example of sacrificial love. I can't give you anything better than my son.
Well, again,
This is part of me. This is
Yeah.
the best I can do for you guys. Take it or leave it.
Jesus
And-
revealed here. Jesus revealed in the story of Abraham and Isaac. Again and again and again, God saying, "This is what it's going to be. This is what happens. This is how much I love you. This is the plan, and it has been from the start. See it." Yeah.
And this is one of those times when if you can burrow down in there and put yourself in there for a minute, put on your Egyptian hat and just imagine, not your Egyptian shoes, just your hat, what it's like to wake up in the middle of that night or the next morning and every house in Egypt has been touched by death.
Mhm.
The collective grief, I can't even begin to fathom what it would have been like.
Every house is weeping. Every house.
And who do you go to for comfort if everybody else has a loss?
It's all that
I lost
same
my
night.
son. Well, I lost mine, and I lost my dad, and I lost my wife, and
It's not like it's a plague and it happens over the course of a year. It's tonight.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even know.
They will not be comforted.
No.
And again, that's a picture of, what hell will be like. You choose to thumb your nose at God, and in the end you end up out of his presence, and there will be no comfort for you. There is no comfort. There is no joy. There is no presence of God, no love, no protection, no provision, no comforting, no joy. It's gone. It's a picture of, again, that binary choice, heaven and hell. The Hebrews get freedom and life and bounty and, everything. They leave with that in the light, and the Jew, or the Hebrew, or the Egyptians rather, they're left with death, darkness, wailing, and no comfort. This is only the second book of the Bible, and it's already laid out.
black and white.
Right.
Yeah.
And the heaviness of it too is not only the fact that it's happened, but the fact of realizing there'd be those that say, "Oh my God, we could have prevented this.
Yeah.
They told us we could have decided otherwise. We could have made a decision. We're here experiencing this because of what we chose not to do."
Oh, the wailing and gnashing of teeth in hell.
Realizing
Yep.
that you could have done it. Like you said, God doesn't send anybody to hell. You choose to go there yourself. And at some point, the realization that saying, "Oh my God, all I had to do was believe." And
That's right.
but
it's too late.
the
Yeah.
rich man and Lazarus kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm over here, and man, my life was awesome down there, and I didn't want to have anything to do with God. And now there's this sword-ridden beggars over there living it up.
Yeah.
And I realized my mistake, and I can't change it. This is forever.
It's heartbreaking.
It's
It's heartbreaking.
like Pharaoh. When he told Moses, "Beware if you ever see my face again." So you tell God what you want long enough, you'll get it.
You know what? That's exactly right. Yeah.
God, I don't want you. God, I don't want you. God, I don't want you. God, where are you?
Mess around, find out, in a polite sense.
Yeah.
Hey, come back. Come back.
Yeah.
I changed my mind.
Yep.
I'm ready now. Well,
Yeah.
offers expired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you time and time and time again, and you told me. So here we are. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the serious. This is the real deal.
Yeah.
So where does it go from there?
7. But against any of the sons of Israel, a dog will not even bark, whether against man or beast, that you may understand how the Lord makes a distinction between Egypt and Israel.
Okay, what's happening? What is he saying there, basically?
But
I mean-
Israel will remain untouched. There's
Yes.
that's a euphemism or a turn of phrase. It's a little bit obscure the way that that's said. Some people think what he's really trying to say is not necessarily a dog will bark, but dogs were
It won't even be disturbed.
well, yeah. Dogs were just kind of lived on the fringes of society and fended for themselves, and they'd eat whatever dead thing was available.
Mhm.
So some people think, well, maybe they're just saying that
Yeah.
there won't be any dead Israelites, is what they're saying.
Right. And nothing's going to spook them. I mean, it's going to be quiet on their, all quiet on the Hebrew front, but on your side, it's, yeah.
Whether against man or beast, so that you may understand how the Lord makes a distinction between Egypt and Israel.
There it is. The Lord will make a distinction between
Yep.
Egypt and Israel.
Between those who serve him and those who do not.
Again, yes. Believing in God or obeying him. Again, we talked about that last week, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of those Egyptians you talked about that believe, but they're just not,
Yeah.
but they're not obeying.
Mhm.
They're not. Yeah. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We get to decide.
8. All these your servants will come down to me and bow themselves before me, saying, "Go out, you and all the people who follow you. And after that, I will go out." And he went from Pharaoh hot with anger. So this is, this is still the same exchange when Pharaoh said, go for my face. He hasn't left yet, but Moses, before he leaves, tells Pharaoh, all your servants are going to come and bow down to me and ask me to leave. Well, that's going to be a good day for Pharaoh. He's going to love that.
Yeah.
And Moses left hot with anger. Moses has had enough of Pharaoh too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Said, I'm done.
See ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. 9. Then the Lord said to Moses, Pharaoh will not listen to you, so that my wonders will be multiplied in the land of Egypt. Moses and Aaron performed all these wonders before Pharaoh. Yet the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the sons of Israel go out of his land. There, we just did a whole chapter.
Yeah. And again, we had talked about that phrase, the God hardened Pharaoh's heart.
Yeah.
Again, it can be interpreted, I guess, one of two ways or both, that God actually, hardened his heart by, him doing it, or the fact that Pharaoh hated God so much that the idea and thought of God made Pharaoh's heart hard, that it just made him angry. The more he thought about God, the more his heart got hard. And that happens with us. We can think about someone, and the more we think about them, the angrier we get. The more we think about what they did or what they said or who they are or what they did to us or whatever, the madder we get and the harder our heart gets toward them and the more we hate them. And I think that's what's happening to Pharaoh. The more that God did to Egypt, the more Pharaoh hated God and his heart became hard. And therefore, God hardened Pharaoh's heart. So that's what happens.
It's phrased 3 different ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes it said God hardened Pharaoh's heart. Sometimes it says Pharaoh hardened his heart.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just says Pharaoh's heart was hard.
Was hardened, yes.
And there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to when those phrases are used.
Yeah.
And just remember that in the Old Testament, God was always the active agent. No
Yes.
matter what happens, God did it.
Yep.
God made it rain. God stopped the rain.
Yep.
God brought out the sun. That's just the way they saw things. It's different than the way we see things.
Mhm.
So if his heart was hard, God did it.
Yes.
It was just everything
Yeah.
happened that way. It's just the way they thought.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But, going back to the end of the last chapter, Pharaoh says to Moses, beware, if you ever see my face again, you will die.
Yeah.
And Moses says, oh, I will never see your face again. But just so you know who has power of life and death,
Yeah.
I won't be the one dying, Pharaoh, and it won't be at your hand.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Chapter 12.
Ooh, okay.
Now, this
All
is
right.
interesting. We're
So
going to talk
this-
about the Passover.
So this has come to a point where Pharaoh finally says, leave. Get
Mhm.
you and the rest of these hockey pucks out of here. Okay.
Yep.
So now.
Now we're going to talk about the Passover.
The
I just want to
exit.
throw this out here. The Passover meal in itself, there's so much symbolism and so much depth. If you've never experienced one, we're going to have one here. It's March 28th. Is that what it is?
March 28th, we're going to do it.
it?
It's a little before the Passover actually begins.
Yeah.
I think the Passover actually begins the following week, but there's a lot going on in our lives, and I think I might be gone that following week, and so we just got to do it when it's
Right.
appropriate and as best we can. So yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not Jewish, so it doesn't really matter if we actually do it within the bounds of the real Passover. We're going to do the Passover.
Right. We're going to do it. And then, like I said, the symbolism that's in that meal is pretty amazing if you've never seen it. And especially now this year when we've just gone through this, it's going to be even more,
Yeah.
impactful. So,
Yes.
so there. Now, chapter 12. Now the Lord said to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, this month shall be the beginning of months for you. It is to be the first month of the year to you. So God is saying, okay, your year is going to start now. Because basically now Israel is really going to just start becoming a nation from here on out. So their New Year celebration is the Passover celebration.
And Passover is in the spring,
Mhm.
the beginning of the
That's
year.
when their year starts.
Yep.
Speak to all the congregation of Israel, saying, on the 10th of this month, they're each one to take a lamb for themselves, according to their father's households, a lamb for each household. Now, if the household is too small for a lamb, Then he and his neighbor nearest to his house are to take one according to the number of persons in them. According to what each man should eat, you're to divide the lamb. Your lamb shall be an unblemished male, a year old. You may take it from the sheep or the goats. You shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. Then the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel is to kill it at twilight. Moreover, they shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and on the lintel of the houses in which they eat it. They shall eat the flesh that same night, roasted with fire, and they shall eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. Do not eat any of it raw or boiled at all with water, but rather roasted with fire, both its head and its legs, along with its entrails. And you shall not leave any of it over until morning, but whatever is left of it until morning you shall burn with fire. Now you shall eat it in this manner, with your loins girded, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. Okay, we'll stop there for now. There's a lot in there.
There is. And again, go ahead. I'll let you rake through that.
This is a community event. This is not just everybody go to their own house, do their thing. The idea here is that this lamb should be entirely eaten. None of it should go to waste, but one guy is not supposed to eat a whole lamb either.
Right.
So if you only got 2 people in your house, get 2 people from next door and do this together.
Yes.
This is, that in itself brings this a sense of community in this thing.
Yep.
And then there's a couple things we'll see, and we'll see this as we go forward when they talk about butchering the lamb and stuff. But it's a year-old lamb, a lamb without blemish, and there's certain things in here that, I mean, a lamb without blemish might be more valuable, so it's more of a sacrifice. But also the fact that it's a lamb without spot refers to what?
Jesus. Again, you're doing great, and I'll let you go right back to it. But again, as Gary's walking through this, think about the fact that this is a picture of Jesus, and this foretells in dramatically accurate detail the very death, the crucifixion of Christ on the cross. That's what this is. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, the 14th of the month, they use a lunar calendar. So the 14th of the month for them is always a full moon.
Yeah.
That's why for us, Passover on our calendar doesn't always happen the same time because we use a solar calendar.
Correct. Hebrew calendar is a lunar calendar.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a little bit different. It kind of, things land in different spots. But then he says you're gonna kill this lamb, and then you're gonna put the blood on the doorpost. Now, God could figure out who had done it and who hadn't without the blood on the doorposts.
Right.
God didn't need that as a sign.
Well, now let's back up just a little bit.
Yeah.
The lamb, the spotless lamb,
Yep.
is Jesus.
Yep.
You take it on the 10th, then you keep it 3 days, and then it is slaughtered. Yeah. Again, it's a picture of Jesus. On the 3rd day he will rise again. There's just a lot of different things happening in here. The Trinity. I mean, there's just, you could go all kinds of places. Some of them accurate, some of them maybe not. But just God's poetry and all of this is amazing. That you bring this spotted lamb, or the spotless lamb, in, and Jesus comes in, and the spotless lamb does 3 years of ministry, and then he's slain. I mean, there's all kinds of things that are happening here. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, that doorpost, the blood on the doorpost, it wasn't a sign for God.
No.
It was, 1, an act of obedience from them, and 2, it was a public sign to anybody that walked by, we're one of those households.
Yep.
There are times where God will ask us to do something that people are going to notice. We have to publicly make a statement of our faith.
And what did Joshua say? As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord.
Yeah.
And that blood is a symbol of that very statement. And he comes out of Egypt through this event. And then later on, when they finally get to the Jordan and moving into the promised land, he makes that statement, and he's making it with a history of understanding what that means to make that statement. So
now in the New Testament, we see they have the Last Supper, which is a Passover meal. That night, Jesus is arrested. The next day, that lamb is slain. and redemption is provided for all of us. Here in Israel, this is their Last Supper. In Egypt,
It is.
and
Yes.
redemption comes the next day.
Jesus partakes of the Last Supper, and then freedom comes. The
This is the
Hebrews
Israelites'
take
Last Supper
their Last Supper,
in Egypt.
and this Passover. Yeah. It again. God is so awesome.
None of this is an accident.
No.
And very specific. It's cut and dry.
Yes.
You will do this way, and then death will pass by you.
Yep.
Which means if you fail to do this, you're in the outer camp.
Yeah.
Death will come.
Yeah, it
and
doesn't
visit.
matter if
I
you
mean,
were-
get saved, go to hell.
So the
No
only
pressure, but
he
you
makes
have two choices.
it's made clear that is the blood of the Lamb that will save you from death,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it's
You skip that.
and we preach that from the
Because-
pulpit right now. That because that's this is Jesus.
The
Yeah.
concept,
The blood
yes.
of the Lamb will save you.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
This is the first record. Hey, this is what I'm going to expect from you. This
Yes.
is what's required.
Right. And he says, do this and live. So, and it doesn't specifically say it, but I got to think there's people who are Israelites that were like, I don't really know, but Egypt isn't so bad. Maybe I'm just not going to do that. Maybe that's not for me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
Didn't matter where you were born. It mattered what you chose to do.
how many terrified Egyptians were like, hey, can we come in tonight to your place with our family?
It says
you
when they
smearing
leave,
the
it
blood
says
on
there's a
your
mixed
doors?
multitude of people that go with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just Israelites.
We've seen all this other stuff. We believe you.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
This is a little weird. You haven't done this before. Why is everybody
Yeah.
smearing stuff on their door knobs? Tell us about
Sign
it.
me up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Could we come in tonight? Yeah. Who did? Oh,
It's spam risk.
spam risk
That guy calls me all the time.
all the time. So
But also, then the symbolism in this. I mean, you kill it at twilight, and then
and Jesus dies on the cross in the afternoon, and they have to hurry to get him into the tomb because the sun is setting.
yep.
So
'cause
again,
it's-
this lamb, it's Jesus.
that night eat it, but eat it roasted with fire. Don't boil it. Don't eat it raw.
Yeah.
And then eat it with bitter herbs and with unleavened bread and roast it on the fire. These are all signs of a hasty meal. These are
Yeah.
all signs of I'm traveling. I stop by the side of the road. I cook something on the fire quick. I got going again. I got my staff in my hand, which they didn't do inside. My sandals in my feet, which they didn't do inside. I'm all dressed and ready to go.
It's essentially, like the first burnt offering almost.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whatever's left
Right.
over, they burn.
Yeah.
But the whole point of this is it's time to go.
Yeah.
Be dressed, be ready to go. 'Cause it's time to go.
Does that apply to anything in the New
Be
Testament?
ready.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It talks about, the wedding party, being ready, be ready to go, because when God says go, you got to be ready to go. Don't miss it. Don't be off somewhere doing something and then run it. Oh, we missed it. Dang
Right.
it. Too late.
And the root of that message is, I don't know, you've been here for 400 years, Israelites, but Egypt is not your home.
Yeah. Be ready to go
And
now.
that's the message for us.
This
This is not your home.
That's excellent. I didn't even see that one. This is not our home. Be ready to go. When Jesus, when he sounds the bell, go. Oh, that's awesome. Gary.
I have a
That's
better
good.
place for you.
Yes.
It's time
This
to
is
go.
not our home. Wonderful. That's
Mhm.
fantastic. See, it's so good. Keep going.
Okay, verse 12. For I will go through the land of Egypt on that night, and will strike down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgments. I am the Lord. The blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you live. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and no plague will befall you to destroy you when I strike the land of Egypt. So there it is. When I see the blood, I will pass over you.
Yeah.
And the amount of symbolism that's here, and the amount of hymns that come from here, and this is the Passover. Yeah.
That distinction again between those who follow God and those who don't. An absolute distinction, a separation, and the choice. And we say this, choices take you places. Your decisions have consequences. this is it.
You're under the
It's-
blood, or you're not.
Or you're not. It's God or anything else that isn't God. And one is life, one is death. For distinction.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, what does scripture say? Choose this day whom you will serve.
It comes a day when
Couldn't be
you
more
have to
clear.
choose.
Yeah.
Painted it on the side of my house. Great big sign right under the cross.
There
Neighbors have had some funny looks about it.
it is.
Do they think it's a political statement?
Oh yeah.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Hard to miss the 5-foot cross right above it. I think they know. Like, where's the church? You're looking at him right here. Wherever I go, you're looking
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
That's right.
Me and my friends.
That's exactly
There we
right.
go.
14, is that where we are?
Yep. Now this will be a memorial to you, and you shall celebrate it as a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. You are to celebrate it as a permanent ordinance.
So
Sounds like a little like communion, doesn't it?
it is. Yes, go ahead.
The communion is this is for them to memorialize what God did in delivering them from Egypt, so they would never forget who they are and who God is and what the cost was. And that same thing is communion for us, is to remember who we are and what the cost was and who God is. And we were bought with a price. That's what redeemed means. And you like to say, I'm redeemed. And you don't like to say I was bought with a price, because if I was bought, that indicates ownership.
Yes, it does. And that's not a bad thing.
That's what redeem means. If I want God to redeem me, then I am going to be his.
Yes,
That's how that works.
it is. That's not your freedom being taken from you. That is all freedom being given to you.
Yeah.
It's
That's what it means. That
it's
means
being
I'm not
set
going to
free.
be Lord of my life.
Yes.
I'm going to give that to somebody who knows how to actually do it.
And again, it's Jesus.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. That
um,
communion, when that new sacrifice happens, when Jesus comes and fulfills the shadow that all this is, then he gives us communion to remember that.
and the Hebrews from this this first one and every single year up until now, the Jews celebrate the Passover. They're literally playing out in the dinner the salvation that you have through Jesus, through the blood of the Lamb.
Mhm.
So all these years, all these thousands of years, this picture of Jesus has this festival of the Passover, the story of Jesus laid out every single year for thousands of years. How could we miss it? And we did.
Mhm.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like it's been right in front of you every year. You know, and that's why that's why we do it. Well, why do you do it, Brad? It's a Jewish thing. It's the story of our Savior Jesus. It's a Christian thing.
Mhm.
It is.
It's all one story.
Come on, Jesus partook of it. Why would we not?
Do this in remembrance of me.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, that's not hard to
So yeah,
understand.
so we do it. We do
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
We do it. We talk about it. We share Jesus in the middle of it. So go ahead.
All right, 15. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, but on the first day you shall remove leaven from your houses. For whoever eats anything leavened from the first day until the seventh day, that person shall be cut off from Israel. On the first day you shall have a holy assembly, and another holy assembly on the seventh day. No work at all shall be done on them except what must be eaten by every person, that alone may be prepared by you. You shall also observe the feast of unleavened bread. For on this very day I brought your hosts out of the land of Egypt. Therefore you shall observe this day throughout your generations as a permanent ordinance. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. 7 days there shall be no leaven found in your houses. For whoever eats what is leavened, that person shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he is an alien or a native of the land. You shall not eat anything leavened. In all your dwellings you shall eat unleavened bread. I just kind of restating the whole thing, but there he adds, whether he's an alien or a native of the land.
Yeah.
It's telling us here that it's like this isn't just people who are born in Israel. These are people who are believers who
Yeah.
have faith in God. That's what this is.
And what is he saying when God is saying, "Don't eat bread with yeast"?
Well,
It's symbolic of
it's
what?
symbolic. Well, in the New Testament, Jesus uses yeast as a symbol of sin a lot. It's
Yeah.
it kind of one little bit of sin kind of grows,
Yeah.
and it's here you see it. A big part of the symbolism for them is you don't have time for the bread to rise
Yeah.
because you're on the move.
Yep. It's got a dual meaning here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One means be hasty about this. Don't waste any time.
Yeah.
Get ready. Make the decision. Make the choice. Get ready. Let's go. And the other one is don't bring sin into your house.
Mhm.
Don't get involved with it in that fashion. Let's go. We don't have time for the rich young ruler on the road. He or one of them had to go back and bury his dad or whatever.
Yeah.
And Jesus was like, let the dead bury the dead. We got to go. We got to go. And that's
true.
almost a reference back to this thing too here. Well, we don't. Egypt's that's
Behind you.
Yes, it's behind you. So.
Yep.
All right, keep going. You're doing great.
Yeah. It's like Pumbaa said, you got to put your behind in your
In your
past.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my best favorite pop philosophers there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've heard you say stuff from the pulpit like this is a big behind in the Bible or something like that.
Yeah. There's big butts in here.
Yeah.
Okay. 21. Then
21.
Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said to them, go and take for yourselves lambs according to your families and slay the Passover lamb. You should take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood which is in the basin, and apply some of the blood that's in the basin to the lintel and to the two doorposts. And none of you shall go outside the door of his house until morning. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he sees the blood on the lintel and on the two doorposts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not allow the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you.
There's interesting stuff going on. Go ahead. You
Go ahead.
got
No,
stuff. Well, the in the tabernacle in the wilderness, there's certain things that happen when they go into the Holy of Holies.
Yeah.
There's unleavened bread on the table of shewbread, which is a symbolism of a sinless Christ, the unleavened bread, no sin. And they take a hyssop branch when they would go in, and they would sprinkle the blood of the sacrifice, the lamb, onto the Ark of the Covenant, and that would give them access to God. And again, that's what happens in this story. It is the blood of the lamb marked on your doorpost with a hyssop branch that saves them and gives them that access to God. So there's a lot carrying all the way through. This is fleshed out even more in the tabernacle in the wilderness later on when God gives them those instructions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool.
And
Yeah.
even into the temple in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Well,
Where the high priest goes in to make atonement once a year with a rope tied around his ankle in case you
Just
forgot
in
to do one of the
case.
things
Well-
you're told to do and you're a thud,
and
you could drag him out.
and the tabernacle, there's an animal that is slain and sacrificed, and then you go in. It's what's happening here. There's an animal sacrificed. He says, make bread, prepare a meal. The yeastless bread, blah blah blah. The blood that gains access. This is all again. It's the same thing that's happening here that happens when you walk through the tabernacle in the wilderness. It's all that whole formula of salvation. It's Jesus. He's showing you what his plan is to save you here in the tabernacle. It's Jesus. Every one of these is Jesus. It's stunning. So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. And you shall, 24, and you shall observe this event as an ordinance for you and for your children forever. When you enter the land which the Lord will give you, as he has promised, you shall observe this rite. And when your children say to you, what does this rite mean to you? You shall say, it's a Passover sacrifice to the Lord who passed over the houses of the sons of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians, but spared our homes. And the people bowed low and worshipped. Then the sons of Israel went and did so, just as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. Now I'm missing somewhere along here. I missed it when it talks about the lamb. Maybe I read it and missed it, but it talks about the lamb without spot. It also mentions when you butcher that lamb, then no bone is to be broken.
Oh yeah, where is that?
It does specifically say that. It is. Oh, maybe that's still coming up.
I don't remember us reading that yet.
No, maybe I didn't. No, it's coming up.
Yep,
Yeah,
it is coming up. Yep, it is coming up.
Never mind. I thought I missed it.
No.
Okay. 29. Now it came about at midnight that the Lord struck all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sat on his throne to the firstborn of the captive who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn cattle. Now it said before, the little girl who was behind the millstone now says the captive in the dungeon. The whole idea is everybody,
Yes,
great and small.
your social
everybody.
station didn't save you. Your influence or money or power didn't save you.
Right.
That this was a universal. Everybody was included.
Right. Yep. Nobody was spared here.
No.
Pharaoh arose in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was no home where there's not someone dead.
Yeah, we had talked about that. That wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
No.
Everyone went to bed, and it was good, and they woke up in the morning. How many dead people were there?
Yeah.
What's a lot of coffins, Gary?
Yeah.
That's a
I don't
lot.
even know where you begin to
I don't either.
cope with that.
And since everybody's affected, everyone is punched in the gut.
Yeah.
The next day,
Who do you lean on?
yes, who's the one there to pick up the pieces when everybody's a piece? Poof, that's tough. Keep going.
31. Then he called for Moses and Aaron at night and said, "Rise up, get out from among my people, both you and the sons of Israel, and go worship the Lord as you have said."
There's that bread that doesn't rise. Tuck your cloak into your belt. It's like, get ready.
In the middle of the night, it's like,
go.
get out.
Yes.
I don't even know that Moses and Aaron even appeared from him. He called for them or sent to them, and they just get out.
Mhm.
The Egyptians urged the people to send them out of the land in haste, for they said, "We'll all be dead." So the people took their dough before it was leavened with their kneading bowls and bound up in the clothes on their shoulders. They took what they could grab and they
hit
went.
the trail.
Yep.
They grabbed their bug out bags and they were gone.
But they were ready because they knew it was coming. So it wasn't like, "Hey, let's we'll leave at set your line for 6." It's like, no, here comes the Egyptians in the middle of the night saying, "Get out and get out now." So they went.
33.
The Egyptians urged the people to send them out of the land in haste, for they said, "We'll all be dead."
Yeah, my translation says the Egyptians urged the people to hurry and leave the country, for otherwise, they said, we will all die. Yeah.
So the people took their dough before it was leavened with their kneading bowls bound up in the clothes on their shoulders. Now the sons of Israel had done according to the word of Moses, for they had requested from the Egyptians articles of silver and articles of gold and clothing. And the Lord had given the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they let them have their request. Thus they plundered the Egyptians.
Yeah, take whatever you want and get out. Get out.
Just go. And I mean, Israel doesn't know it now, but God is preparing them, because all the gold and the livestock and the clothing and stuff that they're carrying now is going to last them the next 40 years.
Yes. And all the
they
stuff.
wander around the desert for wilderness for 40 years, but they have enough because God prepared them.
Yeah. They have to have clothes to wear. And again, that 40 years, their clothes didn't wear out. God does a lot more for them.
Right.
But even when they get out there and God says, build me a tabernacle, what do you think what do you think they used?
Yeah.
When they talk about the fine curtains and this fabric and gold and all this, that's because they had it from Egypt. God knew that. And they have to have all these things out in the desert to last them. And God's like, I'm giving you everything you need. God provides for them. It's like, if we got to run out the door with just the clothes on our backs, how are we going to make it? But when God says go, you got to go, and you got to trust him, knowing that once you get there, he's going to provide for you. And he does. That applies to us right now today in every situation. You got to trust God when something weird is going on. And it's like you're supposed to go somewhere and you can't see how you're going to make it on the other end because there's nothing there. Oh, everything you need is there already. God's already taken care of it. You're good. Go. And again, it's that thing we talk about every Saturday, trust. So it's a hard thing to do, but it shouldn't be, because it's all over the Bible.
Yeah, it is.
we just don't decide to lean into it the way we should. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. Now the sons of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Sukkoth, about 600,000 men on foot, aside from children. Now, this is a spot where literally there are different interpretations, and it's hard to say to be dogmatic, because what it literally says is 600 elephs, and that was a term that originally meant cattle in a big group. So eventually it became used as just like a big group. So that word is used in the Old Testament a lot, and it's translated 1,000, cattle, clan, division, family, ox, and tribe, depending on the context. So it doesn't literally say 600,000. It just says 600 elef. So people can argue until the rapture about how many people there were. Because there's no way to say dogmatically for sure.
Yeah. And again, it makes a reference to men, besides the women and children.
Besides women.
So that number is just referring to the men. And then, of course, there's going to be all of the females and all of the children, which aren't included in that number. So how many would that be? That would double or triple that number. Right. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's nobody who can give an accurate number.
No, and
people
a lot
throw
of people,
out 2-3 million, something like that.
Yeah, a lot of people say, because we're kind of talking in military terms here, 600 divisions kind of almost makes sense.
Yeah.
To fit there.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just we don't know exactly for sure.
But just picture that number, whatever number you decide to use in your head.
Yeah.
This group, this is the size of a city.
There's a lot of people.
There's as many people as would be in a large American city.
Yeah.
All moving out into the desert. Yeah. An entire city. And again, understand that all these people need to pee, and they need to poop, and they need to eat, and they need to drink, and they need to have some place to live, and all of the things a city's worth out there in the desert. That's insane.
Even a small city, imagine that. I mean, that's like a swarm of locusts in itself.
There's a lot. How do you sustain that in the wilderness?
Well, in the Middle Ages, there was war, mm-hmm. and always after war came disease, because all these battles left dead people and stuff. And then after disease came famine, because these armies moving through consumed everything in their path.
Yes.
And that's where you see all these people going through. I mean, they got to figure out how to survive in the wilderness.
They do
this time.
They do. They have to have shelter, and they have to have food and water. They have to carry with them enough to feed a large American city. Wow.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
With zero infrastructure.
Yes. Yeah.
You
They
know.
didn't even have firewood.
No, they didn't. They had no.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. That first night they're out there camping, that was, man, that would have been a night to remember.
Yeah. So maybe when we get to where all these Israelites are griping and complaining, we could remember they didn't know what they were signing up for.
No.
They had no idea.
No.
I mean,
no. And I bet you that they get out there and they're thinking, man, it is a good thing that, we did that whole, can you give me some gold and silver thing? Because we really need this now.
Yeah. I'm glad I got a couple extra sheep before we left.
I'm glad they gave us some blankets and a couple extra changes of pants and socks, because we need them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we? We could probably finish up 12.
Yeah.
Sat down, told to go.
38, I think. Yeah. A mixed multitude also went up with them. And that's talking about people.
Many other people went with them. That's the thing you were talking about, about how many Egyptians went with them, said, we were your Dabam.
Well, and other Semitic people, like they
slaves.
were the only slaves there.
Yes.
So a lot of those people went with them and said, you're God? Yeah.
We're with you.
I'm with you.
Yep.
Let's go.
We're out.
So a mixed multitude also went up with them, along with flocks and herds and a very large number of livestock. They baked the dough which they had brought out of Egypt into cakes of unleavened bread, for it had not become leavened, since they were driven out of Egypt and could not delay, nor had they prepared any provision for themselves.
So they literally were packing their bags with hardtack for the trail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we better get going here.
No, somebody just sent me a text, but I'll
Oh.
read that later. I was just checking to see who it was.
Wasn't me. I'm right here.
No, it wasn't. 40. Now, the time that the sons of Israel lived in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of the 430 years, to the very day, all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt.
Wow.
It's a night to be observed for the Lord for having brought them out from the land of Egypt. This night is for the Lord, to be observed by all the sons of Israel throughout their generations. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "This is the ordinance of the Passover. No foreigner is to eat of it, but every man's slave purchased with his money after you have circumcised him, then he may eat of it." So it doesn't matter where he was born or whatever, after he was circumcised, which means after he became a part of the family of faith,
Yep.
he can eat of it.
After he has proven commitment to God and surrender to God, obedience to God, he
Then
becomes
he can-
part of that family.
Yeah.
That is the picture of what happens in the New Testament when Paul goes out and brings the gospel to the Gentiles, and
Yeah.
they are brought in to the family of God.
So just for perspective now, not to belabor this, but we talked about it a little bit, but 430 years, all these people lived in Egypt. Now they say, "Oh, we're going to have our own land. We're going to go." So they go out, and then they're in the wilderness. Just to put handles on that, it's only been a little over 430 years that Europeans been settling in America.
Yeah.
And only been 250 years that America's been a nation. Can you imagine packing everything up and leaving for our own promised land?
They were in slavery a long time, Gary.
They don't know anything else. They don't know what this means. God's going to give us a land and we're going to go live in it. I mean, this is just completely new ground for all of these people.
Yeah, it's like from the time Columbus landed or the
Mhm.
Pilgrims landed, it would have been the Pilgrims.
Yeah.
From the time the Pilgrims landed until now.
It's
That's
about
how
the
long
same
they were
amount of time,
enslaved.
roughly.
Yes.
So this is like, this would be for us, like, let's pack everything up and we discovered a new land just north of Alaska. We're all going to go live there.
This is crazy.
Yeah, there would
Yeah.
be questions.
Yeah,
What land? Where? Tell me about it. Well, I don't know. God just said go, and He's going to.
we're going to go. We're going to go.
What's it like?
Well,
It's better than Egypt. I hope.
Yeah.
So I guess, looking back on it, these plagues were also a way to motivate the Hebrews to get out.
Yeah. Well, they certainly burned the bridge. It's not
Yeah.
like they're going back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that probably is a factor at times. Yeah. They don't have any
46.
options.
46. This is the part you were asking about earlier.
It is to be eaten in a single house. You're not to bring forth any of the flesh outside the house, nor are you to break any bone of it. Now, again, just like the spot, this
Yeah.
meat isn't going to taste any different if a bone gets broken. So what difference does it make?
It makes a difference because
Because the prophecies and the fulfillment specifically say of Christ that not a bone will be broken.
I think that's in Isaiah, isn't it? I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure. But that's what it says.
Yeah.
And so
it might
again,
even
this
be Isaiah
is-
53
this
that
is,
says
again,
that, yeah.
Isaiah 53.
Yeah.
And again, it's not like predicting is probably the wrong word, because it's even foretelling. It's stating a fact that's what's going to happen.
Mhm.
It's a truth. It's just a flat out, this is what's going to happen. I'm telling you now what's going to happen as part of your salvation story. And this is Jesus again.
Yeah. That's another way of Jesus fulfilling
Yep.
this foretelling, this shadow that we have here. All the 47, all the congregation of Israel are to celebrate this. But if a stranger sojourns with you and celebrates the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and let him come near to celebrate it. And he shall be like a native of the land, but no uncircumcised person may eat of it. The same law shall apply to the native as to the stranger who sojourns among you. Then all the sons of Israel did so. They did just as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron. And on that same day, the Lord brought the sons of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their hosts. We're on the move.
Yeah. This is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's the sacrificial lamb. When you take that in, that, it's Jesus. And when you invite him in, when you you know, I don't mean to sound super Catholic, but when you consume him, when he is, you know, taken in as the lamb, total commitment, your salvation, that's your salvation. And if you're not committed, no uncircumcised, you know, if you haven't made that commitment, that in your heart, in your mind, in your life, to totally surrender, then you can't partake of that. You can't partake in the salvation the Lamb brings, unless you know, Jesus says, if you love me, you will obey my commands.
Yeah.
We talked about that, I think, last week, that believing isn't enough. Obeying and following is what brings salvation. And unless you make that commitment, you can't partake in the salvation that is offered. And that's the same today. You can't just, you know, not just, you have to commit. You can't just be out there and do what you're doing and sinning and living the life you're living. And then at the end of the day, God's like, oh yeah, I didn't care about any of that. No, he's like, you needed to follow me and obey me, and I'll give you life if you do that. So it's, yeah. So anyway, all the Israelites did just what the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, and on the very day the Lord brought the Israelites out of Egypt by their divisions. And that's that whole, they all got out. So,
so homework before we keep going, before next week, if you get a chance, crack open a Bible or Google it and find a map of that area, a map of the Exodus, a map of where the Red Sea is, where Egypt is. It'll help as we start to talk about Israel traveling and stuff. If you have a little picture ahead of kind of what this looks like.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. I'm loving it. We're over an hour. We got to get out of here.
Oh.
Our wives are going to be looking for us. So all right. So we'll see you Saturday night. Baking my heart.
Baking my heart.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We love you guys. And hi, Carol. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Good night.
Good night.